Sir, let me start off with this. I'm sure you've heard about this already. A lot of talk today, most of it is probably just noise, pero a lot of talk today na baka raw si dating Pangulong Duterte i-withdraw ang kanyang kandidatura sa pagka-alkalde at tumakbo sa Senado. So, it's a bit surreal. Of course, we know how things have been going the past few years. It may be a wrinkle in time or a wrinkle in reality. I don't know what it is. Pero from your perspective...
Or just a wrinkle.
or just a wrinkle. But from your perspective, how did you react when you... I'm sure you've heard about it. How did you react when you heard about it? Was it something that you gave credence to, or was it something that that you looked at with disbelief?
I found out about the news report after I had filed my certificate of candidacy and pagkatapos ako ma-interview ng media.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was already, as I was leaving COMELEC, somebody told me, and then I checked my phone and then I saw mga news reports. But later on, may nakita rin akong news report na sinasabi na fake news daw at hindi naman daw totoo. So sabi ko nga, when I was filing sa COMELEC, wala namang kaming nakita na anyone withdrawing anyone's candidacy that time. Kaya I didn't know where the news was coming from, but definitely dun sa COMELEC Davao, wala naman po nangyaring ganun.
Yes, sir. Pero yung initial reaction, ano yung inyong naramdaman? Well, true or not? Ano yung parang paano pagkatama sa inyo?
Ako naman, Ed, I'm filing as mayor of Davao City to give Davao a chance, no? To give Davao a choice. So, yun po yung reason why I filed. And ang mabuti dito sa pag-file ko, at least now Davao City has a chance to choose this time around, this coming election.
Pero
Mr.
Secretary, kailan ba yung...
Nograles, hindi ba mabigat din sa loob nyo? You still had 5 years in the Civil Service Commission, and you had a lot of room to implement reforms, hindi ba? Malaking pangangailangan ng bureaucracy natin eh. Hindi ba din kayo nang hinayang doon?
Yes, that's why it was a very, very difficult decision for me to make. Hard for me to leave the CSC kasi marami na tayong nasimulan, and I know that we could bring CSC to greater heights. We had just approved a proposal to get funding for CSC to get the project para magkaroon na ng high-tech na HR management information system for the entire bureaucracy. And that's supposed to happen next year. But I'm confident as I leave the CSC, I'm confident that we put the building blocks in place to bring the CSC to greater heights. And I'm confident that the people there, as I know them all, lahat ng mga directors, assistant commissioners, all of the members of the CSC family, I know that they can do this. Kanya lamang I won't be there.
Ano yung decisive point? What made you leave the CSC? Kasi yung Davao City Mayor, 3 years lang yan eh. At hindi naman sigurado nga, di ba? It's an election. We never know what will happen. Ano yung decisive point? Bakit nag-decide kayo na lumipat na naman sa local politics?
Ang tao, people of Davao have really asking for a chance to choose. Kasi matagal nang walang choice. So, I'm putting myself out there so that my choice ang Davao. At the very least, may pagkakataon lang to choose this time around, this election. And then, if mapalad po tayo sa awa ng Diyos, then we could really put in meaningful change. There are a lot of things that we can improve sa Davao City. Even yung pag-speed up ng mga business permit, processing ng permits natin, building permit, pagbigay natin ng solusyon ng problema ng pagbaha, ang traffic sa Davao, ang paggamit natin ng Special Education Fund to build more classrooms, to use the Local Development Fund, the Local Disaster Risk Reduction Fund to fix some of the problems of flooding para lamang makaginhawa ang mga kababayan natin dito sa Davao. To give better services to the people here when it comes to education, healthcare, libreng gamot, better assistance sa mga senior citizens natin. There's so much that we can improve sa Davao City. And really this is a chance for us. At the very least, the freedom and the essence of democracy, the freedom to choose, importante for Davao City. To just give people a chance.
Secretary, when was the last time na nagkausap kayo ni ex-President Duterte? Paano dati kasi spokesperson niya kayo, alter ego niya kayo, kaya ngayon ay maglalabang kayo for mayor at alam naman natin medyo si Digong ay street fighter medyo bardagulan ang labanan diyan, no? Kaya handa ba kayo sa ganung klaseng bakbakan dyan sa Davao na medyo kabisado niyo naman yung si Digong, no? Pero siyempre nagkasama rin kayo for a long time dito nakaraang 6 na taon.
Sa first question, the last time we spoke was after the end of term. Nagpatawag siya ng get-together sa Davao City. And I joined that get-together. And then after that, wala na. I wasn't invited anymore or hindi na ako nasabihan about any get-togethers after that. There was one time na that get together a little after that may isa pa pala, and then that was the last time. With regard dun sa how the campaign will unfold here in Davao City, para sa akin lang naman is we leave it to the people to decide. Ang importante lang is meron lang silang choice right now, and I believe in the people of Davao.
Pero sir, of course, we do leave it to the people to decide, but in the end, the candidates will be the ones urging the people to either come out swinging or come out voting or come out thinking. It all depends on the candidate, diba? On how they motivate people to do what they want them to do. I can imagine that kasi the two of you have markedly different styles. I think that's pretty obvious. Si dating Pangulong Digong, as you worked with him, he comes out swinging. Kayo po, you're very low-key, you're very sedate. I don't know if that's the right word.
Sedated.
I think I mentioned it in my opening statement as I filed my certificate of candidacy. Ang sabi ko para lang itong nanliligaw. Ligawan natin ang mga botante. And so basically that's the essence of the campaign. I think we just have to court the voters, win their trust, their belief. Ligawan lang po natin ang ating mga botante, and then we leave them to make the right choice.
Sa panliligaw nyo, Secretary, ano magiging overarching strategy or brand or message? No? Dahil for a long time, yung mga Duterte have been lording it sa Davao since the 80s, diba? So hindi siya ganun kadali na labanan, no? So ano yung magiging compelling message nyo sa mga Davaoenos?
Well, first of all, una sa lahat, syempre, right now, as I filed, nabigyan natin ang taga Davao ng choice. That's very important. Malaking step na yun, that they now have a choice. Pangalawa, there's now a genuine chance to change. Diba? So, itong pag-file natin, malaking bagay na yan. And then, of course, number 3, change itself means, well, let's improve. Let's improve on what Davao City has. Kasi we don't have to look very far. You just compare it with the other big cities out there. Naka-e-governance na sila. Dapat e-governance na rin ang Davao. Diba? Business permit should be faster. Online payments. Dapat mas mabilis yung mga pag-process sa mga permits. Kaya naman dapat ng Davao City yan, diba? Some schools, some cities are giving free school uniforms. Gamit ng para sa mga kabataan na nag-aaral sa mga public schools. Why can't Davao do that? Yung pagbigay ng sa mga pangangailangan ng mga senior citizens, some cities are giving not just free cakes every birthday, nagbibigay pa sila ng mga cash assistance tuwing birthday para sa mga senior citizens over and above what the SWD is giving. So if other cities can do that, why can't we? Meron ng ID card na online na digital ang ibang cities para sa each citizen para mas mabilis ang pag-process ng mga pangangailangan nila. If they can do it, how come Davao hindi man natin kaya? I think we can. And then again, better utilization of funds natin. We have the Special Education Fund that's supposed to build more school buildings. We have the Local Development Fund that's supposed to address our infrastructure needs, including the flooding in Davao City. And you have the Local Disaster Risk Reduction Fund, which you can use again to address ang flooding in Davao City, because sa Davao, every time it rains, halos baha here, baha there. Dati, alam mo anong mga kalsadang iwasan mo sa Davao na bumabaha. Ngayon, parang halos lahat ng kalsada binabaha na po. These are things that can be drastically improved if we only judiciously and responsibly use the funds in Davao, because Davao has a lot of funds that have to be spent for the people of Davao.
Sir, sorry sir, let me
Would
just
you
ask.
say yung suporta nyo, yung cuts across income groups? Kasi we have the impression na yung mga Dutertes, ang mass base nila talagang pangmasa eh. Saka yung style niya, yung personality niya, yung focus niya on peace and order, ang target niya yung masa, yun ang impression namin ha. What about you? Yung suporta nyo, can you also say that you have sufficient support dyan sa masses? You know, the masses who support, for example, Pastor Apollo Kibuloy, merong ganyang, we don't know if it's really an impression lang of the people of Davao, o sa tingin nyo, taga-riyan kayo eh, na Davaoenos are actually looking for change.
Actually, I think it cuts across all, kasi universal naman yung language. Pag sinabi mong choice or the freedom of choice, that's a universal language. If you want chance, that's a universal language. If you want change for the better, it's a universal language. Sino bang hindi gustong umasenso? Sino bang hindi gusto na mas maginhawa ang buhay? Kasi hirap ng buhay ngayon eh. And even here in Davao City, marami po ang nangangailangan ng trabaho. But how can you have work if it's mabagal yung pag-process ng business permit? So ang mga negosyante nahihirapan na. Hindi sila makapag-umpisa ng trabaho. New businesses should be coming. But how can you have new businesses if mabagal ang mga permits? Diba? And that's supposed to provide employment. And then of course, yung social services. Those social services should be given so that people don't have to spend, kasi ang hirap na nga ng buhay. Kapos ka na nga sa pera, tapos mamamroblema ka pa sa pangangailangan mong pang-hospital, pang-gamot, pang-dialysis, mga maintenance medicines mo, especially the senior citizens na wala rin naman trabaho. So it's a universal language for people. Nothing is constant in the world except change, di ba? And people want change for the better. So there's always that clamor, that desire for a better life. So it cuts across all.
Okay. Sir, sorry sir, pero for at least for me na hindi taga Davao, I've always had the impression that the Dutertes have always excelled in local governance. I mean, that's the impression that I got. I mean, that's the impression I also got from a lot of people when they talk about Davao City. But hearing it from you, parang you make it sound like ang dami pang butas doon sa governance, whether it's permits or social services and so on down the line. How would you qualify Davao's growth in the last 20 or 30 years? Or how would you describe it? Kasi I don't know, this to me is parang news eh. I used to think that Davao is parang the premier city of Mindanao. Am I getting it wrong, or is there too much room pa for improvement?
There's a lot of room for improvement. This is not to take away all of the accolades and all of everything that Davao has gone through and has accomplished. But there's a real chance to have better improvement, to make things even better, and to catch up or even surpass the other cities. So you have to just take a look at anong ginagawa ng other cities and see why can't Davao do the same. The growth can be faster the services can be better, um, the accomplishments can be better, and mas mabilis na maramdaman ng mga kababayan, these things we can do. We can make it faster and better. And mas widespread for all the Baweños.
Okay. So, sir, let me shift gears naman, sir, very quickly. For the longest time, the Dutertes have ruled over the executive branch of Davao City, while the Nograleses have basically ruled over the congressional branch, the legislative branch, specifically in first district ng Davao City. And then 2016 happened, tapos si Pulong ran for Congress and the president ran for the presidency and all that. So I'm wondering lang, ano yung equation ngayon ng politika sa Davao? How strong are... let me rephrase that. What are your chances, do you think, for mayorship when you could have gone for example, Congress and Migs could have stayed with their party list? Wouldn't you have had a bigger chance recapturing your old district that your father used to run?
Actually, pag-file natin ngayon at nabigyan ng choice lang ang Davao, malaking bagay na yan, Ed. So, basically 50-50 already now. Now that Davao has a choice. So, that's it. As soon
sige,
as
eto na lang.
you become a candidate, then you're just giving Davao a choice.
Mr. Nograles, did you get a nudge? Were you invited by the administration to run against the Dutertes? Merong ganyang klaseng speculation, that's why I'm asking. Merong bang nudge from the administration coalition? Kasi sabi ko nga medyo magandang pwesto yung iniwanan nyo for this adventure, no? Meron bang dyan? Merong voice from the coalition?
I'm running independent. Wala akong partido.
Okay.
Running independent, primarily to welcome all and anyone who wants to help, anyone who wants change, anyone who believes in this cause, anyone who wants to support. So I'm running independent po. And lahat ng tulong na makuha natin, whether it's here in this campaign or palarin man tayo and we sit as mayor of Davao City, we will accept all help that we can get to solve our problems in Davao. If you look at the JICA report dito sa master plan for flooding, you will need 20 billion in the short term and 67 billion in the long term to fix the flooding of Davao City. And the same
nag-resign ka from Civil Service Commission, did you talk to President Marcos?
I sent my resignation letter kahapon po.
Hindi kayo nag-usap?
No, I did not have a chance to talk to him as I tendered my resignation. So I just tendered it. I had in my Manila office send it to the Malacanang, but we also sent email copies official through official channels to Malacanang Palace and to the CSC.
From your vantage point, Secretary, sino ba yung mas tingin nyo na mas mahirap na kalaban? Si Digong o si Mayor Baste?
Alam nyo, this is really up to the people. The fact that we're just offering ourselves to the people and making the people decide is a big step already here in Davao City. Regardless kung sino man ang magiging kalaban eventually. But I think that's already set. I don't know if magbabago ba yan. Kasi everything else is parang sinespeculate but I doubt.
Yeah.
I doubt naman.
Okay.
Okay. It's going to be an interesting ano.
Oh,
Oo nga eh.
in just a few minutes, tapos na yung filing.
Yeah.
Actually, it's gonna be an interesting campaign period watching
Yes.
you and the former president. I'm wondering din pahabol ko lang sir, kasi of course he was your boss. You were his cabinet secretary. Paano magiging dynamics kaya ninyong dalawa?
Sorry?
Paano magiging dynamics ninyong dalawa?
Dynamics daw
Dynamics
ninyo.
ninyong dalawa.
The dynamics between the two of you.
I think I think we both understand that we're giving Davao a choice, and it's important to give Davao a choice.
Okay. Polar opposite sila, no, Ed?
Talaga, as always, si Secretary Nograles, as always, di ba?
Tama.
Very impressive at the same time. Maraming salamat, sir.
Okay.
Davao
Salamat,
City Mayoral Aspirant
Secretary.
Karlo Nograles, sir.
Thank you.
Good luck po.
Good
Tingnan sa
luck po.
inyong
Good
lahat.
luck.
Salamat.
Ah.